After, I guess, a few years at Oregon, I had redshirted my first year, and I really wanted to just spend my 5th year somewhere else. I'm a very go person. I graduated high school early, I graduated college early, so I just was like, I want to go see something else. And then in the portal, I was thinking, yeah, I'll keep my options open, but I think in the back of my mind, I knew what I wanted to do. Jillian and I are very close, so you know, I really trusted what she said about this program. The coaches and the girls are amazing. Just like everybody really cares, and I had a great time when I came to visit. So I just kind of felt like it was right.
Colby's here on a visit. There's a chance you guys get to you get to team up. How hard were you pushing the recruiting pitch?
I was pushing it. I think I also knew deep down that she wanted to come here. I also knew outside of school that this was a place that she would thrive. After hearing about some things like at Oregon too, like just not even like volleyball or school related, just like restaurants and just the environment of like being a college student, I know that she would love it here, especially the sun too. So I was definitely showing her around and hyping up almost everything to be like, hey, you should come here.
Take me back in time a little bit to growing up with Jillian. What are some of your favorite memories of you guys as younger kids?
There's obviously the little fighting over who gets the last like strawberry or something like, but overall, like they've always been there for me, and I've always wanted to be just a shoulder that they could lean on, set a good example, you know, being the oldest sister. But you know, there are just so many good memories with her, like just playing on the DS together, like watching our favorite cartoons in the morning, and we've always played sports.
Athletics were a way of life for the Neal family. Colby and Jill's mom was a star softball player, and their dad, Stephen, won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots.
But what really makes it go is the fact Stephen Neal to the outside. Watch 61. See you later there, Mr. Williams.
And this is a pretty athletic family that you guys come. Your mom, the storied career at Cal State Bakersfield, obviously your dad with the Super Bowls. How competitive was a typical day in the Neal household?
My dad made everything a competition. Not only that, but everything was a strategy. I think that's helped me come into who I am as someone who is a strategist now. But like everything from how you unload groceries into the fridge to like, well, you should do this to clean your room because it's faster.
At what point growing up did it kind of click in your head that your parents were the level of athlete, I guess so to speak, that they were?
I would say probably high school, for sure. I think high school was definitely when I wanted to get like more serious about sports, and then that was when they kind of more showed me like their strategies and like their mental game and all this stuff. I was like, oh wow, so you guys were legit.
Do you have any vivid memories of the Super Bowl runs and the Lombardi trophies and things like that?
Honestly, as a kid, I remember most. I was excited for halftime because it meant I get a waffle cone, and and I also, when I was really little, loved watching the cheerleaders come out. So that's most of what I remember. But I do remember when the game was starting, they would always play Crazy Train in Gillette. It was Gillette Stadium at the time, but they'd play Crazy Train, and I'd be looking for my dad to run out of the tunnel, and so that was a really, really cool thing.
What was it like then when you got older then and you realized, you know, Stephen's your dad, but also to a lot of people too, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion that played with Tom Brady. Like, what was it like when you kind of made that connection?
It was definitely really weird because our father definitely is a very humble man. He made it seem very normal. And growing up, he would always be asked to go to different high schools to kind of talk, motivate some kids. And I think the more like people that he would talk to would be like, oh, he actually, you know, is a big deal like for some people. But just growing up with him and like him and my mom also just teaching us like values, just always like being humble and just working hard for everything. It was definitely trippy.
I mean, it was awesome, like seeing my dad on TV, but sometimes I think it didn't necessarily click for me because he retired when I was like 8 years old. So at like 6 or whatever, I'm just like, oh, there's dad. And like, you know, but he's also always been the most humble person. He never would brag about anything. So he always made it seem like it was normal, which is really funny because it's not.